Alright, so what I would like to do today is I would like to explain my favorite way of catching tornadoes and probes or anything, and probably one of the best ways to do it overall, if not the best. This is just a tutorial on how to catch tornadoes. That's an old storm, by the way. We're not chasing that since it's gonna go off the map, and like it's just a waste of fuel and stuff. Well, actually, I don't care since I have the infinite fuel game pass, but still. It's mostly a waste. See what that tornado did? Yeah, look at that. Just missed Victoria, went through West Victoria, actually. It did some pretty bad damage there. It just dissipated just over there. Let's actually look at the thermos for today. So most storms are going to be headed upward, and we just got a slight chance, so that's not very good still. That's at least somewhat decent. Which most likely means the storms are probably going to spawn in the lower half, down here. Because if they're going to go up, they need a lot of room to go up. So, yeah, this is probably around, I would say, since it's going to go a little further that way, I would say it would start somewhere over Hibbing Lake or 3 Mile, or Upper 3 Mile Lake or Lower 3 Mile Lake. It actually might spawn over here, because typically whenever thermals are like that, you know what I mean? They typically will have tornadoes spawn just over here in this kind of area. Just kind of like Beltrami 61. Around Beltrami 61 and Beltrami, and also around Beltrami 61 and Beltrami 63 and Kisota 5. I think that's where usually the storms typically explode if their thermos are like this. But I'm not seeing anything yet. However, it does look like the sky is not actually that dirty. It looks like it's pretty clean right now. The Cape is decent, but the only good things are like the 3 Cape. That's decently good. The 700, 500 relative humidity is pretty darn high, actually. Doesn't look like we're gonna have some certain severe type weather, but since every storm spawns a tornado, we're most definitely gonna be seeing a tornado. We're probably just not gonna see a very violent one. You just kind of play the waiting game on the start. You just kind of wait for storms. Once storms turn on, I'll tell you what to do next when storms turn on. What am I saying? Storms turn on. I meant like storms form. Like whenever they form. Actually. Yeah, we got a brand new storm here. Now, wait for it to get a little larger first before you start to get ready. And and it was directly in the area where I thought I said it was going to meet Upper 3 Mile Lake, Lower 3 Mile Lake, somewhere in this little spot. So I was right. It's spawning directly over Starbuck. You're going to want to wait for a couple minutes until it gets a little stronger. You know what I mean? It'll start to get under the range just a little bit. Alright, now that it's breathing the big, you're gonna click that little bottom. You're gonna click that little button down at the bottom, base reflectancy, and then you're gonna click base velocity. Now you'll see anywhere where there is either green and the red, which typically doesn't happen, or red and the green is where rotation is. It's a hook. But you actually first have to wait for the hook to spawn before you can do that. And then you have to wait for rotation. Got a feeling since there's, wait, no, I can't say for sure yet. Got a feeling you can see some areas around here starting to be a little more unstable. Got a feeling the hook is gonna form just a little bit around here, this area. I think we're about to start seeing some hook action here. Oh yeah, look, you can start to see these little sticking out areas. That's sign of hook about to form. It's actually undeployed. Put the light on so we can see this a little bit better. Oh yeah, look, there's this little sticking out spot. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, that's a hook starting to form. However, it's only starting to form. A keyword there, starting. It's not quite formed yet. Okay, yeah, I think it's getting bigger around there. I'm just waiting for the hook to start to strengthen. Alright, yeah, you can see just a little bit of strengthening in the hook. Blaze velocity, you can't see any red yet. Oh, but you could definitely tell that it's getting stronger here. Oh, look, you can start to see just a teeny bit of red there. That's what I'm talking about. It starts to grow. Alright, I think we should start moving. I'm gonna go down this road. I think I know where I want to go. Probably get to the side of the road. Oh yeah, look, you can start to see some dark red, which is a good sign that we're about to see some rotation. Although it does, I think I can tell we got some decently powerful rain. This is some, oh, rotation. Alright, so I think whenever we reach, you know what, actually no, let's take this one turn that's just up here. See this one that goes like that. Maybe take that and go more to Quora. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, stop. Started to slide there. Look at that, you can start to see the rotation. might just barely miss for Crow. It looks like it might go again. There might be another tornado going into West Virginia. That might be bad. Alright, stop the car. Stop. Let's take a look at radar here. Okay, so now you're going to see where the rotation is, and you're going to see where you are, and you're going to see where you should head. Now, these guys are going down here. That's probably a smart idea, but I think I want to continue on Key Soda 71. Going down up to head to Krakoa. Oh my god! Oh my god! Stop the car. Alright, looks like it's headed more this way. Just a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like it might enter West Virginia. Oh no, that might be bad. West Virginia, that might be typically, whenever you do intercepts, you're going to get so close to the tornado that you're not going to have time to do probes. And trust me, that is completely fine. You might think at first, when you get your first intercept, that you're not going to make any else money, but you will make money from just intercepting. You don't have to use probes. You're ready. Now here's the thing. If you wanted to register your intercept, you gotta wait till you're actually in the tornado to deploy. That's why I have a strong interceptor. I did not expect this from just that amount of cave. Now here's the thing. Here's where it becomes more luck-based. Because it may just all of a sudden turn straight in. It just may just lift. Sometimes it just lifts. I don't know why. Now you gotta wait for it to actually impact you. And you probably want to get to dead center of this thing. You want to get as close. It doesn't matter if you're close to the center. You want to get like dead center. This might be very dangerous for me because I need to get inside of it before I can even deploy it. That might be very dangerous. Start deploying, I think. We're not quite in the tornado yet. Oh no. Yes! Oh my god, look at that, we got our fifth intercept. Oh my god, look at the bottom. Yes, oh my god. We got powerful. They got stayed up to the end. The high end of the line. It's absolutely madness. Tornado pass. I cannot undeploy. I'm too scared to undeploy. Well, that was terrifying. That was pretty darn powerful wind speed. I should say that much. Right there. Oh my god, it's going fast again. The wind speeds are raising a little bit. Alright, now they're lowering. They get a little sporadic as the tornado goes away from me, especially if it's a giant tornado. Alright, I think we can undeploy and get out of here. But I think that is the simple guide for if you want to get a clean intercept. like, and if we get like, I don't know, 3 likes, and I may do it anyway, I don't know. I think, since I know my channel's not that big, I think I'm gonna do a one where I teach you how to drop a probe and somehow survive. Because it's harder to do a probe intercept than to get yourself into the tornado. Because all you have to do is drive into the tornado. You know, when you're honestly, you could just probe intercept and you'd probably get in.